Are you still working on your resolutions? It's February. Are we working on our goals? Are we still working on our no spend Januaries, even though January's over? Or our dry Januaries? Are we still going good with not drinking? What are your goals for this year? I'll tell you mine. This is Rose with Pertaining to Rose. I'm Rose. So I just wanted to discuss with you today for a little thing out there. I am still working on my goals. I'm working all the time on my goals. It's one of my biggest things that I love to do. You know, I I mix my affirmations in there with my goals and all my positive affirmations, and I try and work on things that I really really want. Well, this year I'm trying to go to Belize. So I almost got enough money from my Belize trip I've been saving. So that there's nice. I've been working on that. I'm still working on getting my RV. Uh, if I can't find the RV that I want, I'm gonna go with a van and build it out. Haven't decided quite exactly what I want to do. But it seems a lot of times when I mention this stuff, it doesn't happen. But I'm still working on it. So I'm putting back money for that too. So far, I can say I put back about $1,500 for my Belize trip. Now we had a bunch of expenditures, like we need a water pump for the house here. Actually, it's for the well. It's a jet stream, so it sits in our basement. Does not actually go into the well. I need some work done on my truck. Trucks are always needing work. Gotta get that done. So I need front end alignment. I need the... Oh my, I can't even think right now. It has so much stuff I need. I need brakes, all kinds of stuff I gotta get done to that. So I'll be working on that too. Getting that stuff done. Jumping Joe Bean's vehicle needs quite a bit of work, so we're working on that. And we're slowly getting one thing done at a time, but that's okay. I'm not gonna break into my savings. That there is from my trip, and any little bit extra savings I have left over, that's gonna go towards my RV. We're hoping to pay about 20% down on a $50,000 RV, so we got a lot of savings yet to do. We've been stashing money like a bunch of little squirrels, stashing their little nuts or whatever, their little acorns. I'm just happy that things are getting done and happy where my life is right now. But I'm always working on those goals. I'm always adding to it. That's one of my biggest things. And I think from writing down my goals, I have always went a little bit farther than what most people would think. And people look back and be like, oh, but I did this and I did that. I said, yeah, but look, I completed almost every goal that I ever had. Almost every goal. Except for some really large ones. But I've completed almost every goal that I've ever had, that I've ever written down. And some of them I wrote down 20 years ago. But I didn't put a date on them, and I didn't do this and I didn't do that. But guess what? They still came true. When you write it down, it's like God says, okay, you wrote the vision down. Now it goes down into your heart. He's like, I can help you with that. Think about these things. You write them down, and it's like written in your brain. It's like written in stone. It's gonna get done, and things are gonna happen. Working on my goals, I realize there's a lot of things I gotta do to get to certain goals. So you gotta step down your goals. Of course, we all know that. But sometimes we don't realize we gotta build skills to get to that certain goal. So if you have a certain goal, you're going to have the skills to get to that certain goal that you want. You want to be rich, but just writing down, I'm going to be rich. How are you going to get rich? Think about it. Start studying. Start doing your research and development. Start building on the possibilities. You know, Arlen Hamilton says, build the skills, stack the skills. You're always learning. You are always putting something in there. You know, I go to bed at night times, and a lot of times I'll try to watch some kind of financial thing on TV. I try to learn what I can. I try to study the words. I try to have an understanding. If I don't understand what a word is, I get out a dictionary and look it up. Or I get right on my phone and I Google it. I need to know. What does that mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? Okay, I would like to do this, but I have no knowledge of that. So, I want to study the things that's going to put me to that point. You know, you don't just go into sales and become the top salesman. It rarely ever works that way. You have to learn to be a salesman. You have to have the psychology there. You need to know what to say to somebody, how to pull out their needs. You need this stuff. So you need to learn. And you think, well, sales should be easy. No, it's not always easy. Cold calling. I made cold calls for years. I did networking for years. We did cold calling all the time. When I worked at the farmer's market, I was the market coordinator. I did cold calls. I did a lot of cold calls. That was part of my job. You know, you learn these things. When I did security, I got used to calling people at 3 a.m., waking them up. So you learn to deal with every kind of grumpy attitude. Doing cold calls, you learn how to do, talk to narcissists, You learn things that will help build those skills. You learn how to do different things. Watch different videos on them. YouTube, I love YouTube. I go on there, I watch all kinds of stuff. I learn all kinds of things. Tonight we're trying a new meal. We saw it on YouTube. And it was like, I want to try that. I want to see how it works. I want to see just how well it tastes. Maybe I'll put my own little spin-off on it. I don't know yet. But we're going to try it anyway. Why? Because I saw it on YouTube. And experiences, build those experiences. Once you experience it once, it's easier to do it the second time. And the third time gets better. And the fourth time gets so much easier. Just doing these things. Oh my gosh. You can do so much. But you got to practice doing it. How do you practice doing it? You got to learn it first. And when you see it, it gets in your mind. Rewatching videos. Rewatch it, rewatch it, rewatch it. Get it down your head. Once it's down in your head, then you're like, I can do that. That's easy peasy. I've heard it a million times. So let's just try this. I didn't know nothing about YouTube when I started. I just knew that's what all the kids were doing. And then I heard teenagers are getting rich off of YouTube. I'm like, what? I didn't know most of them already spent 10 years getting their channels together. But that's okay. I don't mind being patient and waiting 10 years. Spend 10 years doing YouTube. Being consistent. Now, I'm not always consistent because I'm also a caregiver. That's where I make some of my money. I have other means of making money, but I have an income from being a caregiver. But this is so I can do YouTube and drive around America and do all kinds of crazy stuff. you know, I'm stacking up that money along with my skills. So just doing your goals and your resolutions is huge. You know, and I don't want you to forget about them because January's over. Come February, that's where everybody forgets. They're doing their taxes. They're paying their real estate and property taxes. They're, buying summer stuff and planning their trips for where they're going to take vacation with their families for the year. And all that snow on the roof, the damage, and now you got to fix your roof. And your mind goes elsewhere. But I don't want you to forget them. So after you write down your goals, you want to reread them. At least, I would do it at least once a week. Pull them out and say, oh yeah, I forgot I was working on that. Let's, update that and see, what have I done towards that goal to get that goal going? What did I do to put my life where I needed it to be? You just keep working on these things. How much am I going to need for that trip that I really want? And how much do I need to put back weekly for that trip? And how am I going to come up with that weekly money? Maybe I need to go on my phone and play on Just Play and earn a couple extra dollars, or make a couple reels for Facebook, or do some really viral shorts for YouTube. You start thinking of ways. Maybe I'll have a yard sale. Maybe I'll turn the old garage into a yard sale store so I can have a yard sale every weekend this summer to come up with the money, for my trip. Think about these things. Just do what you can do. Maybe you have some old glassware and you want to be a reseller, Left Lane Finds, and Green Bee Explorer, they're both, resellers, make a ton of money. Daniel's Dildan, he did $42,000 his first year reselling somebody else's glassware. There's ways, but you got to look into it. Now you want to do other things, you want to learn how to do this and do that, go on YouTube and find out. Buy books on the subject. Get as much knowledge in you, because that way, when you do start, you already have the knowledge. You've already educated yourself. Now you got to learn the ins and outs of the business. Go do it. You can do it. And keep those goals and resolutions going all year. Every month, get them out, add to them, reread them on a weekly basis. Do whatever you have to do, and keep those resolutions going all year, and keep adding to them. You'll be surprised. At the end of the year, you might have completed 52 different goals that you had set for yourself. That's a goal a week. That's very doable. You can do it. And you'll be surprised just how much you got done. Take that trip. I love you, YouTube. Have a good day. Bye.